And welcome back to the Australian Lacrosse Network. We have New Zealand versus Queensland. And Queensland, as the game just starting, are into attack here through Barton. Barton kicks the ball over to Sue. Claire Sue drives, flips back here to Barton. And ball comes down behind X. Queensland looking to drive. Wheatley Wilson guarding there. MVP of the first game against Victoria. Doing some work behind the cage there, but a push is had there. And Takahashi looks like she is taking the ball to the outer side. And Takahashi looks inside. Not there. Ball comes back up the top. And Queensland just looking for an opportunity. Vrenson does a great job. A little tap of the heels there. Goes down, and Izzy Vrenson running into goal. Left-handed, pops that one up and over. And that will stay a New Zealand ball. So ball down the back here for New Zealand. In the stick of Banks. Banks finds Kruger. Kruger looks to go inside. No, rolls around herself, and Kruger gets the first one for New Zealand. And they open the scoring here in the first term. And Henry Kruger with that one for New Zealand. After a turnover from Queensland on the restraining line. So ball comes out the back. Queensland now pick the ball up. And pressure had there. And Queensland drive down that left-hand side. Cutter comes in. Ball under pressure. Oh, good take there. Good interception there from Hollands. Hollands looks at the outlet, just loses the ball. Ball to be won again. Hollands again with the ball. Picks the ball up. Hollands runs down, fires it forward to Vrenson. Izzy Vrenson gets past her defender. So 3-on-2 now. New Zealand pops it over. Tink, tink, tink off the bar and gets crushed in the middle. And that's going to be in the crease there as the keeper makes a save there, Taylor. But one off the bar, gets the rebound, and now Taylor under pressure will release the ball up here to McLeod as Vrenson goes to put pressure on her. And Vrenson will have to come out the back. Vrenson looks up. Pressure is put forward. Takahashi with the ball. And looks to get rid of the ball. Needs someone to pass the ball to. Good pressure here from New Zealand. Ball is passed forward now. And little up check there from New Zealand. One on the hip as well, just to go. And ball is now passed forward. As A card is on the play. And Queensland in attack here. Goes to work and just kept the feet still there, but a push has had before that. And we will have a ball up the top here with Dillingham. Ball. Looks up, looks down. Little back pass there. Hits the player, but not deemed to be a dangerous shot. Ball to be won on the ground. And still ball to be won on the ground. Ball gets flicked out. Come fortuitously there to New Zealand. So Piper Russell picks it up. Pushes the ball across here to Angliss. Looks inside, finds the player there in Izzy Vrensen, who pops one in the back of the net. And Vrensen gets on the board for New Zealand. That is their second. And a good transition ball there. So Bex, Angliss running the ball down, just looks to draw her players, and Izzy Vrensen cutting through the middle, opened up, the ball passed perfectly to her, and a couple of steps and on the keeper, and shot goes in the back of the cage. So ball back into the centre here, Claire Sue. And ball comes out the back. Good check there. New Zealand to win the ball. Wins the ball there through Shani Quintal. And Quintal moves the ball forward here to Lily Fu. Lily Fu kicks it to Vrensen. Vrensen with the last goal. Looks inside. Good inside pass there. Shot had as the ball was saved there by the keeper, and ball comes out here through Min Young. Myung up to Vrensen. Vrensen goes, uses that frame. She's been over in the US playing college ball, has Izzy Vrensen, and it's starting to pay dividends as she gets her second of the game. And 2 in a row for Izzy Vrensen. Played over with New Zealand in the under-20 championship in Hong Kong. And has just got back from college over in the US. Currently studying and playing in the US is Izzy Vrensen. So ball back in the centre. Quintal up against Sue. Ball up, ball down. Quintal. Ball kicked out. And one of those new rule changes in women's lacrosse. You can actually kick the ball now, which was illegal once upon a time. Minung with the check around the head, and just a flag on the play there, no card. And Sienna Minung with the ball at the 11-metre mark. Minung fires that one straight past the left-hand post for New Zealand. Back up, had there by Angliss. Ball, and that's come tipped off the attacker's stick from the pass, and ball will turn over, and Queensland will bring the ball back. Through Barton, trying to break ankles there is Barton. Good pressure and just falling awkwardly there was Holly Harris. As Barton for Queensland has the ball in her stick. Kicks the ball back there. And now Jess Pham will bring the ball in for Queensland. Pham looks to try and get in. The ball dropped there by Queensland. Ball to be won. Great pick up there and pressure as Wheatley Wilson, the MVP of the last game for New Zealand. And the ball has fired off. Oh, great pick. Oh, one really high around the throat there. And just an accident, but right in front of the camera here. And Piper Russell stands up and she will have to make her way off the field. And just an accident, that one there. But we'll see Queensland sit in the box for a yellow card. Nothing malicious there, just a slip, but got her really high. And official right on the mark there as Wheatley finds the ball in her stick, but the quarter time break takes that quarter to an end. And we see New Zealand currently out to a 3-0 lead as the lights just start to take a bit of an effect here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club, and they're going to take effect later tonight when we see the men's game down here between South Australia and Victoria. Has a big game coming up. There's another game going on the outer side there. We see New South Wales up against Victoria. Current score in that one is Victoria with about 5 minutes to go in the third term. We see Victoria up 14-2 after beating this New Zealand side earlier today, 21-2. So the Victorian side not conceding too many goals at all, and certainly filling up their bag full of goals. The game just before this one, we saw the South Australian women's red side run out winners 10-6 against WA in what was a very entertaining game. And on the outer side earlier, we saw the under-20s go down to Western Australia. So the under-20s first hit out as a squad in a championship as they look to head to Jeju in South Korea from the 14th to the 24th of August. And we can't wait to see the Aussies in action over there, the men, as we can't wait to see the action heat up here in the second term here, New Zealand up against Queensland. So Sue into the face-off here, up against Clark and Rush. So Georgia Clark and Rush up against Claire Sue. Currently leading 3-0 are New Zealand. Vrenson, the main goal scorer for New Zealand. She has 2 on the board. So ball comes up, Clark and Rush looks to get it, but picked up by her teammate there in Nicole Hollands. Hollands with a motors. Hollands gets in, good save in there from the keeper, but ball to be won, just kicks it out, and that will be a New Zealand ball as ball will come back here to Kruger, the other goal scorer for New Zealand. So Kruger from the 11-metre mark. Kruger looks to step in. Kruger does step in, and Kruger puts one, just like she did in the first term, into the back of the net. And she gets her second of the game. And we're going to have a stick check. Now, these aren't called by anyone apart from the officials, who just randomly, after a goal is scored, check the sticks. All the women's sticks are checked before the tournament starts and before the games, and are ticked off. But during the games, they may assess that they want to have a look at one of the goal sticks randomly. And we saw one disallowed in the WA SA game. In the game earlier between New Zealand and Victoria, I should say. But doesn't happen very often. But the ball comes back into the centre. Tammy Varga will blow the whistle here for Team Zebra. And ball to be won. Good pressure here, and ball to be flicked out. A little bit of hockey 1, hockey 2. Comes off the leg, and good work there again from Nicole Hollins. She goes hard at the cage, steps over, and Kruger just getting another one on the board. She has 3 now, does Anya Kruger. And Henry with a hat trick early in the second quarter. And it sees New Zealand out to a 5-0 lead against Victoria. As the ball heads back into the centre. So Alice Wheatley-Wilson. For New Zealand. Again, Tammy Varga just getting the centre draw set. Ball flicked up. Comes to Wheatley-Wilson. She picks it up herself. Gets pressure straight away. As Wheatley-Wilson, a little up check there. Tried on the bottom of the stick, but just missed the stick. Ball comes around. Oh, great inside card, and good pass in there to find Holly Harris. And Holly Harris gets another one for New Zealand. And it is all New Zealand at the moment. They are 6-0 leaders over Queensland. And Holly Harris will get her name on the scoreboard after a good cut. Good inside look there from Minung. Handball and illegal procedure there from Queensland. So ball will start in the stick of New Zealand, and Wheatley-Wilson will have another opportunity. So Wheatley-Wilson has the ball, kicks it over here to the goal scorer. Good inside pass there, just misses Vrensen. Ball to be won, and ball is on the deck. A great pick up there. But ball turned over here by New Zealand. And where's a little trip there? Does Bex Ayles. And Ayles, she has a player to her right that is free. She moves the ball quickly. That is Wheatley-Wilson. Looks to go to Vrensen. And Vrensen just illegal check of the stick there. So Wheatley-Wilson looks to get inside, goes on her left and fires that one up and over, and back up had there by New Zealand. So Rebecca Ayles will bring it back in, or Bex as she likes to be called. ball with Vrensen. Vrensen already with a couple of goals. Looks to step down and inside. Oh, great inside look. Just didn't quite have the pass on the money, but backed up there by Harris. Harris back over there to Lily Fu. Fu down in the bottom corner. Looks to inside roll. No angle there for Angliss. Looks up. Nice cut through the centre. Ball, Wheatley Wilson just gets a little check out of her stick, but manages to pick the ball back up. Ball is here and over, back up here to Vrensen. Vrensen looks to drive in, and the grass monster grabs her foot. Down she goes. Ball still to be won here. Is won by Min Young. Min Young also gets a friendly help to the ground there by her opponent in Sarah McLeod. Just deemed to be a interference there. A good inside look. Oh, another great cut there. And she is cutting the place up here as Holly Harris. And she gets her second of the quarter. 2 in a row for Harris. And we are going to have a timeout here charged to Queensland, as the score now blows out to a 7-0 lead. And Queensland want to have a bit of a chat about what is going on out there. And they will have a quick talk before heading back out to another centre draw. And we thank the broadcast partner, the Sue Stefanos Foundation, for all their work they do with women's lacrosse in Australia. And you can get onto the Sue Stefanos Foundation website and donate, as all proceeds go towards women's lacrosse in this country and allow our athletes to get away to international competitions and be the best they can be, as they really do help the athletes in women's lacrosse. The Sue Stefanos Foundation, named after the late Sue Stefanos, OAM. Just a great lacrosse person, Sue Stefanos, an outstanding individual, and one that the sport truly misses as we head towards the Olympic Games in 2028. So, ball into the middle here. Sue up against Quintal. Siobhan flicks the ball out. Great pick up there. And looks to drive on the cage. And ball passed down behind X. Picked up there by Dillingham. Dillingham under pressure there from Bridget Hill. Looks up. Oh, good inside pass, but just knocked down there by Quintal. And the keeper there in Lizzie Hardiman clearing the ball for New Zealand. Ball passed up. Finds a stick of Piper of Katie Hollins. Katie Hollins looks down and finds her namesake in Nicole Hollins. So Hollins to Hollins, and Hollins puts it in the cage. Nicole Hollins, that is. And she gets her first of this game. And New Zealand out to an 8-0 lead. Just before half time here. As the game on the outer side there is 19-2 Victoria against New South Wales. And we've got about 4.5 minutes to go in this second term here on this field. So illegal procedure there. Ball will go the way of Queensland. So Claire Sue will pick the ball up and just gets knocked down there and passes the ball forward. And McLeod fires the ball up there to Jess Pham. Jess Pham able to recover and pick that ball up. Finds Frenson in front of her, but not to be. And turnover again from Queensland. So we see Piper Russell out there. Just wore that innocuous knock as she was just falling down. Oh, Frenson fires the ball, and that one has gone high and just over the cage. Good opportunity again for Izzy Frenson to put a ball in the back of the net, but no backup here for the New Zealand side. So first on rule applies, and the ball will be given back to the goalkeeper. So Ruby Taylor passes the ball to the outer side. Looks to Jess Pham. Ball passed up back into the centre. Ellie Barton. Barton at pace. Looks to get inside. Flag on the play. Still a flag on the play. And that will be brought back here to the 11-metre mark. And Aaliyah Barton will have an opportunity from top centre at the 11-metre mark. Lizzie Hardiman in the cage for New Zealand. So Barton with the ball. Looks to step in, does step in, bounce shot, and Queensland are on the board through the stick there of Aaliyah Barton. And gets the first one for Queensland in the second term. And 2-minute call on the clock. It is currently an 8-1 game here, as it's a little bit cool down here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. So if you are heading down to watch the big game between South Australia and Victoria men tonight, make sure you bring the thermal. If you can't make it down here, we hope you enjoy the live free coverage on the Australian Lacrosse Network. So Clark and Rush has the ball, looks to pass it down to Lily Fu. Fu back to Clark and Rush and over the top, and New Zealand with the backup there from Banks. And Banks will bring it back in, and we've got a, there's an offside here, is there? No? Or we might have a, is it a blood rule? Maybe. As we see Izzy Frenson heading off the pitch. So just looking, oh, she might have a scuffed a knee, I'd say. So she'll get that fixed up. But New Zealand has the ball through Fu. Fu tries to step inside, does step inside, and Fu gets the ball saved. Ball to be won on the deck. Ball goes to the outer side, is won there by Clark and Rush. Clark and Rush does exactly her namesake. She rushes in towards the cage, looks inside, and passes it there to Annalise Banks. And Annalise Banks says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that and put that in the back of the net." And Annalise Banks gets her first of the game in the latter part of the second term. And 9-1 is the score here, New Zealand against Queensland. Ball reset into the centre draw. I think they both broke, but Clark and Rush deemed to have broken first. So opportunity here for Queensland. Kruger trying to chase down. Just went offside, but recovered that quickly. Good hold, and shot comes straight across the face, and that going to be a New Zealand ball, I'd say. No, yeah, I was going to say, definitely New Zealand were first on then. So just pointed the wrong way. And New Zealand will bring the ball out through Megan Mitchell. Mitchell puts the motors on and just passing the ball up the field. So limited time in this second term, and that will end the half here from the Footscray Lacrosse Club. It is an 8-1 game between New Zealand and Queensland, and we are going to have a quick break here on the Australian Lacrosse Network, and we'll be back very shortly with second half action.
Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring your intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay girls, just going to do the monkey in the middle, one at each end, two in the middle, catch, take, quick release, other way. The culture side is the part that I love. Leadership, player well-being. What do we need? How do we get it? Areas that we think we can add to. Okay, Aussies on three. 1, 2, 3, Aussies!
And welcome back to second half action here between Queensland and New Zealand, as we see Riken Tablizzo taking the centre draw here, but picked up there by Hollands. Nicole Hollands pushes the ball forward here to Hill. Hill finds Wheatley Wilson, and she has Izzy Vrenson on her left-hand side, passes it to her, finds Kruger down the back and runs the ball through X here, does Kruger. Rotates the ball back here to Angliss. Angliss looking inside, just fires the ball inside, but picked up there by Riken Tablizzo. Tablizzo fires the ball up there to Georgia Stones. Stones gets put under pressure straight away. Sarah McLeod looks to win the ball, but New Zealand will take the ball as the sunshine starts to break through here. And ball comes over to the outer side, just a flag on the play there as Harriet Overend just gets done for the push there. Katie Hollands with the ball in her stick. Hollands steps inside, fires, and just pops it over the top of the keeper there in Josie Cox, as Queensland have made a change in the cage. And Katie Hollands with the first goal of the third term. And just pushes the score out to double digits now. It is 10 goals to 1. Well, not quite double digits yet, but very close to it. So ball back in the centre. Ellie Barton in the centre for Queensland. Up against her number 8 opponent in Wheatley Wilson. Wheatley Wilson wins the ball. Rotates the ball back to Izzy Vrenson. Vrenson over there to Hollands. Hollands to the goal scorer in Katie Hollands. Katie Hollands gives the ball, fires it back. Josie Cox just puts a stick on it. Ball to be won on the ground. Izzy Vrenson picks the ball up and starts to go at pace. And a little pick looking to be had there. So inside pick again, looks to go. Vrenson looks to draw a crowd, does draw a crowd. Ball fortuitously fired over the top. Looks in the crease, and another great pickup there from Katie Hollands, but just deemed to have stepped into the crease. And Josie Cox will clear the ball here for Queensland. Ball out to Barton. Barton running the ball up. Crosses the centre line now. Barton goes through past, that's past 4, that's past 5. Looks to go past 6, not there. Ball back over to Takahashi. Takahashi just goes left, flag on the play, and that will be a 3-second call on Wheatley Wilson. And Takahashi will have the ball at the 11-metre mark. So Takahashi has Kira Lloyd ahead of her in the cage for New Zealand. Takahashi gets off the mark and fires, and Takahashi puts another one away for Queensland. It is 1-1 in the second half here, and a stick check to be had for Takahashi. And that is all clear. And Queensland get their second goal on the board here through Nanako Takahashi, as the centre draw is being set here. Holly Harris going into the centre draw for New Zealand up against Aaliyah Barton. Barton, Harris, and comes down with it. Great work there from Harris. She's had a really good game so far as well. Looks the next one down, looks to fire, does fire, Kruger, but Cox comes out. Oh, good clash there. And the two New Zealand, as Josie Cox played for New Zealand in the Women's World Qualifiers, comes up against Izzy Vrensen, and Vrensen, no love lost there, pushes the ball up, great pick-up, interception here, looks to fire one over, finds it to Vrensen, Vrensen just passing the ball back up to Clark and Rush, and Clark and Rush out to Holly Harris. Harris steps inside, does get inside, pops at 5-hole, and Holly Harris gets another one on the board. That's her third of the game. And Holly Harris doing a fantastic job out there for her New Zealand side. Just puts it through the 5-hole there of Josie Cox. But out to 11-2 is the score. Ryken to Blizzo in the centre against Georgia Clark and Rush. To Blizzo. Clark and Rush to Blizzo. Clark and Rush comes down with the ball. Fast man break. Clark and Rush looks to get inside herself. Not there. Kruger, she wants the ball. Looks inside, not there. Great cut there again from Harris. Good work there from Kruger though. Good work here for New Zealand. As ball is passed inside. Great pass, good save there from Cox. Josie Cox comes out and just shuts that one down. Ball back up to Vrensen. Good pick there from, and just deemed to be an illegal pick, is it? Or a card coming here? So they'll just assess this penalty, but that'll be a simultaneous penalty. Looked like there was a card coming for the picker in Kruger. So ball will just turn over and that card will not be shown. And no, New Zealand will keep the ball. So simultaneous penalties, wiping each other out, and New Zealand keep the ball. So Kruger steps inside Vrensen. She gets past 1, 2, finds Kruger. Good save again there from Josie Cox. Oh, great pickup there from Takahashi. Takahashi just runs into Russell though. Piper Russell coming back with interest, looks inside to Kruger. Kruger loses the ball. Ball here with Cox. And she's 5 seconds to exit that circle and does so. And passes the ball over there to Reese Jarks. Jarks, ball up and over the head as Jess Pham runs onto the ball. Pham looks inside, finds Claire Sue. Sue gets good pressure there from her defender. Ball running through. Where's one high there? And that's going to be a push. So ball will go back in the stick of Megan Mitchell. Mitchell looks forward. Finds Lily Fu. Lily Fu stops on a dime. Oh, good inside look. Little flick. And just backward flick there from Holly Harris. Just not able to find the mark. And Josie Cox will pass the ball up and clear the ball. As just deemed to be interference there with a little trip. And Bella Shannon will have the ball here for Queensland. She runs straight into Izzy Vrensen. Vrensen looks to put pressure and push her out of bounds, but good enough to get through is Bella Shannon. Ball comes onto the ground. Someone needs to pick it up, and that is picked up there. As Harriet Overend gets the ball. Good check, and ball coming back the other way for New Zealand at pace. Clark and Rush has Vrenson on her right. Clark and Rush steps inside, runs into a brick wall, but that will be illegal, and Clark and Rush will take the ball. And just being asked to reset. Looks down the bottom. That's a very good look down the bottom. Everyone was looking top side, and Angliss Banks just was watching everyone look at the ball potentially come over the top, snuck the back right-hand corner, and Banks gets one for New Zealand. That is her second of the day. Really smart play there from Banks. Just while everyone was looking up the top and pointing to where it was going to go, she just stuck the back corner where no one was watching where she was going to go. Grabbed the ball and pushed the ball past the midriff of Josie Cox and in the back of the net. So back in the centre, Leah Barton for Queensland up against Quintal. Quintal wins the ball. Good take there from Nicole Hollins. Nicole Hollins looks down again. Another one from Banks. And Banks again in about a 10-second period. Banks gets her third goal. But great work out of the centre there from Nicole Hollins. And great vision to find Angliss Banks on the forward foray, and Banks gets two in about 20 seconds here, and it is 13-2 on the scoreboard. New Zealand just starting to put a fair spread in this margin at the moment. Oh, just a little bit of love there. Nothing untoward. And Harriet Overend will win the ball for her Queensland team. Overend is getting some pressure there from Nicole Hollins. Overend, Hollins, just one deemed to be across the body there. So Overend will have the ball. She has Takahashi and finds Takahashi now. Good cut on the inside. Takahashi just loses the ball. Ball is on the deck. Ball to be won. Ball comes out. New Zealand with the two players. Good pick up there from Harper Smith. Harper Smith running the ball out of defence. Harper Smith getting pushed towards the boundary line. Looks up, and that is a three-quarter time here in this pool game between New Zealand and Queensland. And you are live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. 2025 Lacrosse Australia National Championships as the game on the outer side has concluded, and it saw Victoria women running out 23-2 goal winners against New South Wales. They had a 21-2 win against New Zealand this morning, so just keeping it nice and even with the scores, and scoring over 20 and only allowing 2 goals. But at three-quarter time here, it is New Zealand 13, Queensland 2. And major goal scorers in that third term. We had Banks with 2, Harris with 1, and Hollins with 1. That was Katie Hollands, although the namesake there in Nicole Hollands has had a fantastic game so far. So 1 quarter to go here. So playing 12-minute quarters in these games because they have played 2 games today, these sides. But when we come to the next game, it's going to be 4 15-minute quarters of non-stop action. It will be Victoria versus South Australia in the men's opening round of their national championships. And last year, South Australia, you will say, probably took an undermanned side over to WA, and the sickness went through the camp of the Victorians last year, but they certainly came unstuck at the hands of South Australia, and they won't want to be doing that in their home state for this national. So look forward to a massive game between those 2 sides this evening, between Victoria and South Australia. So stay tuned later on the Australian Lacrosse Network for that. We'll be bringing all that action live and free to you, as we will here for the 4th quarter, as the whistle will start. And ball to be won. It is won by New Zealand, and that is Wheatley Wilson. Just loses the ball, but maybe that was her plan. Drop the ball on the ground. Kruger already with a hat-trick of goals today. And a crease infringement, I think, there. Someone ran through the crease. And it will be a Queensland ball. So Josie Cox will relieve Queensland as Cox looks up and finds Takahashi. Takahashi tries to find McLeod. McLeod, someone lost their goggles there, and that was Wheatley Wilson. But going the other way is Katie Hollands. So Katie Hollands kicks it down to Kruger. Kruger looks to come on this right-hand post. Kruger looks to get inside. Good double there from Queensland, and a push had there as the ball runs out of bounds just near the commentary box. Picked up there by Megan Mitchell, who just tosses it back to Izzy Vrenson. And Vrenson will give it down there to Anne-Marie Kruger. And Kruger from the 11-metre mark. We know she likes to shoot. Josie Cox trying to be really big. Tell you what, I don't even get there if I'm on my tippy toes. And has broken there, did Ryken to Blizzo. So she will have to come out the back. So another opportunity now for Anne-Marie Kruger. Already has 3 for the game. So Kruger, we're right behind the action. Kruger fires and gets her 4th of the game. And Anne-Marie Kruger gets 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the 4th term to open the scoring. And she has come with her bag to fill it up with goals in this game. 14-2 is the score. As we sit here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club, you can see the beautiful city of Melbourne in the background. And if you are down in Melbourne, do yourself a favour, get down here to the National Championships. It is on until Sunday. The finals will be on Sunday. So, you know, if you're not doing anything for the weekend, if you've never seen lacrosse and you just happen to stumble on it on YouTube on the Australian Lacrosse Network, and you are in Melbourne, get down and watch this, because this sport is headed to the Olympic Games in 2028 in Los Angeles. And some of these athletes that you will be seeing will be Olympians for the first time ever. And ball to go out of bounds, and just guided out of bounds there by Queensland. And Ellie Barton just gives the ball back here to Josie Cox. Cox runs the ball up. Kruger comes to put pressure on her. Kicks it over to Barton. Barton just steps past her defender. Advantage called. So Barton has a player on up forward. That's come off the stick there of Takahashi. Takahashi looks to put the motors on, but is guarded really well there by Megan Mitchell. Takahashi passing the ball back up here to Harriet Overend. So Overend just trying to direct traffic down here in the offensive end. Has Takahashi down on the bottom side, looking to set a two-man game here. Just flows through. Takahashi runs the right-hand bottom corner. Looks to step around. And pressure is being added there by Mitchell. Ball to be won is picked up. Picked up there by Holly Harris. Had a fantastic game as Holly Harris. And finds Izzy Vrenson on the right-hand pipe. Just runs it behind goal line extended and passes it over. Ball to be won on the deck. Missed pass there. Great pickup again from Harris. Probably stamping her name on an MVP performance. So Harris kicks the ball over to Min Young. Sienna looks to roll around top side, but Harris, she seems to be everywhere the ball drops today. And ball back up the top. Min Young fires, and Sienna getting one there. Sienna Min Young for New Zealand. And she gets her first of the game in the fourth quarter. And it is a 15-2 scoreline. And New Zealand really starting to put some space in this score. 15-2. So ball set, Nicole Hollins. Oh, good pickup. Great pickup there from Lily Fu. And Lily Fu automatically just puts the foot on the gas, kicks the ball down here to Bridget Hill. Bridget Hill brings the ball into offense and now goes back into the defensive end. Oh, Cutter coming through the middle, and is come through the middle, and Harris again. If she didn't have an MVP medal, she might have one at the end of this game, because she has been fantastic as Holly Harris. Not only on the scoreboard, but she has been everywhere, and a big part of why this score is as it is. She gets her third of the game, and New Zealand out to a 16-2 lead. But been very impressed with Holly Harris in this game. And back to the centre we go. As the centre drawer gets set. And whistle about to start play again. Ball comes out the way of, and another great pickup again from Lily Fu. That's two in a row, wears a bit of pressure, so going to have to, so someone has to go behind, and fast start there, finds Clark and Rush. Clark and Rush passes the ball up, finds Min Young. So Sienna Min Young just passing the ball over there to Alice. Vrenson looking to draw a free space, but not to be. Georgia Clark and Rush as just coming through some traffic there. Just fires, and she great pickup. Probably some reward here. And just missing the cage there was Lily Fu. Rolled back round on her left hand, and just not able to put that one away. As ball again just steps inside, just tries to do a little bit too much there, but 3-second call on the play. So Lily Fu with an opportunity here from 11 metres to get a shot on the board. She's certainly been pushing in the last minute or so for that to happen. And Lily Fu takes the ball just to the right-hand side, and you can see here as a ball is put in the back of the net. Trying to be big there was Josie Cox, but it only took a small hole for Lily Fu to put that one in the back of the net, and she found the back of the net, and Lily Fu gets her first of this game and the first of the tournament for her. So, and New Zealand out to 17-2 lead now. They have about 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth term here. And New Zealand will run out big winners against New Zealand. Sorry, New Zealand will run out big winners against Queensland. Find it very hard to run out winners against themselves, New Zealand. Ball back in the centre. And a legal procedure there on the centre draw. And that is going the way of Queensland. And Harriet Overend will start the play here for Queensland. Overend runs herself into 2 white shirts. Overend gets past 1, looks to get past 2, gets past 3, and continues to go. So Overend just pulling the ball out. Ball with Barton. Barton loses the ball, but picked up there by Jess Pham. Jess Pham rolls around at her left hand, looks to find a opening, but couldn't find it. Back to Overend. Overend looks to go left, looks to go right, and gets another big push there, Overend. And she will take the ball from the 11-metre mark. So Overend with an opportunity to get in on cage. Overend. Overend steps in, fires, and puts it up top shelf. And Queensland with another one on the board through the stick of Harriet Overend. And gets the third on the board for Queensland, the first of the fourth quarter. And Overend gets her second of the game. And she is certainly putting her hand up for the MVP honours for Queensland at the moment, Harriet Overend. She has been very good in this outfit today for Queensland, doing a lot of work through the midfield. Siobhan Quintal in the middle. Up against Takahashi. So Takahashi and Quintal. Shani wins it out to the back side of herself, and we're going to have a reface here. So limited time left in this fourth quarter. We have a 17-3 goal game. And reset of the centre draw. Quintal wins the ball out the back. Ball hits the deck, and Shani will bring the ball into offense. Kicks it to Banks. Banks has already got a couple herself today. Looks inside. Oh, just couldn't quite find her cutting player there. But ball to be won on the ground. And that will be a Queensland ball. And goes to Harriet Overend. Oh no, sorry. That is Neem Dillingham.
Oh, damn. Thanks.
And a touch for the commentator. One hand, one bounce. That is out. still got the skills, as Blake's very impressed with my one-handed catch there. And I think Piper Russell was impressed as well, just quietly, but we won't blow our own trumpet. Good save there from Cox from the shot of Katie Hollins. And Josie Cox looking to do a bit of ringer Rosie, and she's going to be chased down here. Looks to the outer side. Limited time as the clock is on the field now. Ball is coming towards, pretty quick over the outfield it is, just like Siobhan Quintal, but Shonny just tiptoeing the blue line there. And Tammy Varga right on it, but Shonny did a great job there to try and keep that one in. And ball is about to be turned over again, so an opportunity maybe for New Zealand for a late one. Limited time, looks inside and does, and New Zealand will run out winners here as the time ceases, but Izzy Vrenson getting a goal right on the siren there as the ball turned over in midfield here. And New Zealand will run out 18-3 winners against Queensland. And they will be very happy with that game. I might go through some goal scorers for Queensland first. We had Harriet Overend with 2 goals, and probably an MVP performance for me. And Nanako Takahashi for Queensland getting the other goal. And for New Zealand, well, there was a couple of multiple goal scorers. Henri Kruger ended up with 4. Izzy Vrenson with 3. Harris had 4 in an MVP performance for me. Sienna Myung had 1. Fu had 1. And Banks got 3. Nicole Hollins with 1, and Katie Hollins also with 1. And that will round out the scoring there for New Zealand. And that is a comprehensive win, 18-3. And MVPs, well, for me, I don't think you can go past the number 17 of Holly Harris for the New Zealand women. Got 4 goals in the end, and a match-winning performance. And for Queensland, well, Overend for me, number 6, Harriet Overend, a couple of goals and battled hard all day. So we'll see what the coaches have come up with. Other performers on Queensland, Takahashi was very good also, as was Barton. And they were probably the standouts for Queensland in that contest. But we will see what the coaches have to say. And we see the MVP about to be announced. Oh no, cheers still going on. As the lights come on, and we'd hope they have heaters attached to them, but they don't down here. And we will have New Zealand just didn't quite see who got that MVP then. Queensland's MVP has been announced, but didn't really step out. And Harris for New Zealand. So got one. I just needed that to be Harriet Overend with the MVP. We'll have a look in a second who steps out. Oh no, it was Takahashi. So Takahashi with the MVP was very good today too for Queensland in those honourable mentions. And but Holly Harris for me, probably the player of the game overall, and she did get the MVP. So both teams getting around each other out there, and the great thing about lacrosse is that everyone is great mates when they finish up, and once that white line is no longer there and we cross it, we all become family again. And speaking of family, up the top there, Mr. Christian Leray has been on the camera all day. He's done a fantastic job, as has Blake and Scotty in the chair, as they feverishly still work away on the computers here behind me. Without them, I don't get to speak. And I think Sammy was up on the camera on the other side earlier, so big shout out to Sam Voisey up there for those games. But stay tuned on the Australian Lacrosse Network, because coming up after the opening ceremony, which we won't be presenting, but there is a big game, and that is Victoria against South Australia in the opening of the men's, their first game each. But on behalf of myself and the ALN crew, Tony Watts, we look forward to seeing you very soon on the Australian Lacrosse Network. And until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you then.